Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. Part 1. The Hidden Ritual in Everyday Acts. What if your washing machine is quietly deciding your destiny, not by how clean it makes your clothes, but by when you choose to turn it on? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? After all, laundry is one of the most ordinary, mundane chores in any household. We toss in the clothes, hit a button, and forget about it. But what if, beneath this simple routine, there lies a subtle spiritual law that most of us are unknowingly breaking? And what if breaking it is the reason success feels just out of reach, relationships feel heavy, and your home never quite feels light and abundant, no matter how much you clean? Let me tell you about Ava. She was a disciplined woman, smart, organized, always 2 steps ahead. A corporate project manager by day, a loving mother of 2 by night. She prided herself on order. Her home was spotless, bills paid on time, pantry labeled. But something strange began to happen. Despite her hard work, promotions slipped through her fingers. Her husband, once energetic, started showing signs of fatigue and restlessness. And her youngest, an unusually cheerful girl, began having nightmares and frequent illnesses. The house that was once their haven had turned into something heavy. The only thing that had changed? Ava had started doing her laundry late at night, usually past 10 p.m., after the kids were asleep and the house was quiet. She thought it was a smart use of time. But unknowingly, she was inviting the wrong energy into her life. Yin energy, thick and unbalanced, was seeping into her home, clinging to the very fabrics her family would wear each day. When she consulted a Feng Shui practitioner, the advice was simple yet startling. Stop washing your clothes at night. You're scrubbing away your luck with every spin. From that moment, everything began to shift. In this video, we're going to uncover the ancient wisdom that explains why something as mundane as doing laundry, when done at the wrong time, can energetically block your fortune. We'll explore not only the forbidden hours, but the sacred times that actually enhance wealth and restore balance to your home. Let's begin. Part 2. Why energy responds to timing. If everything in the universe has its time, why should laundry be any different? In both Buddhist philosophy and Feng Shui, time is not just a number on a clock. It's a flow of energy, an ever-moving river of qi, where certain hours radiate vitality, and others carry stillness, decay, or even spiritual danger. When we ignore these rhythms, we aren't just breaking routine, we're breaking alignment. And when you break alignment, life starts to feel off. Buddha once said, "As the mind inclines, so follows the world." But this principle doesn't only apply to thoughts. It applies to actions, especially the ones we repeat, mindlessly, every day. Doing laundry may seem harmless. But consider this, clothes are not just fabric. They absorb energy from your body, your emotions, your intentions, even your stress. In Eastern thought, garments are extensions of your aura. When you wash them, you're not just removing physical dirt, you're resetting energetic residue. But here's the secret. If the time is wrong, you're not cleansing energy, you're scrambling it. Feng Shui masters describe time as holding energetic tones notes in a silent song that your body, home, and spirit all dance to. There are hours where yang energy, associated with movement, light, life, dominates. These are hours for growth, clearing, expansion. Then come hours ruled by yin energy, quiet, shadowy, dense. These are meant for rest, reflection, healing. Now imagine this, You activate a washing machine during peak yin time, say, after 9 p.m. a time when energy settles. The loud mechanical motion, the whirling of water, the vibrations, these aren't just noise. They send ripples through your home's energetic field. It's like playing drums in the middle of a temple meditation. You're not just disrupting silence, you're dishonoring a sacred order. And it's not just noise pollution, it's energy pollution. That's why in both ancient monasteries and traditional households, there are clear boundaries about what tasks should be done when. Spiritual acts, like meditation, prayer, chanting, are done at sunrise or dusk, when cosmic channels are most open. Cleaning rituals are done during high sun, when dark energy is weakest. The body bathes in morning light. Clothes dry in the afternoon sun. These aren't old habits, they're conscious alignments with nature's law. When we ignore that, we unconsciously create energetic resistance. That resistance can show up as money not flowing, sleep not deepening, relationships not harmonizing. So the next time you think, it's just laundry, ask yourself, what energy am I washing into my life? Because timing isn't just practical, it's spiritual. And the moment you respect the sacred rhythm. Part 3, the 5 forbidden moments to do laundry. When silence shouldn't be broken. Not all moments are created equal. In the eyes of energy and spirit, time has texture, it breathes, it contracts, it remembers. There are moments in the day, and in the year, when even a small disturbance can shift everything off balance. And laundry, something we think of as neutral, can become an act of energetic interference when performed at the wrong hour. Let's explore 5 powerful time frames when washing clothes does more than clean fabric, it disrupts your path to abundance. 1. After 9 p.m., the hour of silent energy. There's a reason why traditional homes dim their lights and quiet their hearts after 9 p.m. It's not just cultural habit, it's energetic wisdom. According to Feng Shui and Buddhist cosmology, nightfall marks the rise of yin energy, cool, slow, and deeply internal. It's the time when the earth breathes in, drawing everything back into stillness. After 9 p.m., the environment becomes sensitive, spiritually and energetically. Running water, spinning machines, and mechanical noise are not just physical intrusions, they stir the subtle layers of qi that are supposed to rest. Doing laundry at this time is like striking a gong in a meditation hall. It fractures the silence that's meant to nourish your home's soul. Take the story of Maya, a freelance designer who worked late into the night. She found it convenient to do laundry after her kids slept. But over time, she noticed an odd heaviness in her home. Arguments became more frequent, her sleep less restful, and her creativity started to dull. When she consulted a Feng Shui guide, the advice was simple: respect the night. Let your house breathe. She shifted her routine to early mornings. Within weeks, the atmosphere lightened. Her children slept better, and her design work regained its spark. The truth is, after 9 p.m., your home becomes a sanctuary for recovery. Breaking that rhythm with rushing water and electrical force invites energetic imbalance. You may not feel it immediately, but the effects ripple outward, quietly disrupting the very peace you're trying to build. 2. Lunar New Year's Day, washing away the seed of wealth. In many Eastern traditions, the first day of the lunar year is not just symbolic, it's energetic. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Think of it as planting a seed in the soil of time. What you do on this day echoes across the months ahead, subtly influencing your finances, health, and relationships. Water, in Feng Shui, represents wealth. It's the element of flow, abundance, and opportunity. So what happens when, on the very first day of the new energy cycle, you pour water down the drain? When you run the washing machine, soaking clothes in symbolic prosperity, only to rinse it all away. You may be unintentionally washing away the exact fortune you're trying to attract. This is more than superstition, it's energetic timing. Consider Daniel, a small business owner. Every Lunar New Year, he and his family deep cleaned their home and did piles of laundry, believing they were starting fresh. Yet for 3 years in a row, the first quarter of the year always brought unexpected losses, broken contracts, sudden repairs, drained savings. A local spiritual teacher gently pointed out, "You're trying to begin the year with effort. What if you began it with trust?" Daniel stopped the cleansing rituals on New Year's Day. Instead, he opened windows, played gentle music, lit incense, and simply rested. That year, for the first time, business grew steadily, without him pushing so hard. The first day of the year should be about holding energy in, not releasing it. It's not the time to purge, but to preserve, to water the seed of wealth, not rinse it away. 3. Days of mourning, disturbing the energy of grief. When someone we love passes away, the home they once lived in doesn't just feel emptier, it becomes energetically unsettled. In both Buddhist tradition and Feng Shui, mourning is a sacred transition period. The energy of the household is raw, tender, and vulnerable. It needs stillness to heal. Water, being a powerful conductor of energy, becomes especially sensitive during this time. Running a washing machine, pouring water, or scrubbing clothes sends ripples through the delicate emotional field of the home, disrupting what should be a slow process of settling. Even more concerning is the washing of the deceased's clothing too soon. In energy terms, these garments still hold their presence. Cleaning them hastily can feel like energetically erasing someone who hasn't fully departed. This was something Anna learned the hard way. After her father's passing, she immediately laundered his clothes and linens, thinking it would help her move on. But instead, the house felt cold. Her sleep became restless, and every room felt void of memory, too sterile, too fast. A friend, gently observing, said, "Grief has its own pace. Don't rush it with soap." Honoring the mourning period means allowing grief to breathe. Letting the home adjust. Letting memories linger a little longer. Sometimes, the most respectful thing you can do for both the living and the dead is nothing at all. To pause. To wait. To let the energy of loss settle gently, without interruption. Because in that quiet space, healing begins. 4. Ritual days and ancestral offerings, when the house becomes a temple. On certain sacred days, like ancestral memorials, full moon offerings, or spiritual festivals, the home is no longer just a living space. It transforms into a temporary altar, a bridge between the seen and unseen. In these moments, even the air feels different, softer, quieter, charged with something you can't quite name but deeply feel. In Feng Shui, these days are believed to open an energetic portal where the vibrations of your prayers, incense, and thoughts can travel beyond. The home's energy becomes heightened, pure, fragile, and responsive. Introducing chaotic movement, like running water, spinning machines, or scrubbing fabrics, can disrupt this spiritual frequency. You don't just interrupt a ritual, you interrupt connection. Take Ethan, for example. On his late mother's Memorial Day, he overslept and rushed to catch up. While the altar was prepared, he also threw in a quick load of laundry. During the offering, the incense wouldn't stay lit. His grandmother remarked softly, "Spirits don't like to visit noisy homes." That moment stayed with him. These sacred days are not about superstition. They're about sensitivity. Just as you wouldn't vacuum a temple during a ceremony, you shouldn't stir up energy in your home while calling on your ancestors. Honor doesn't always require action. Sometimes, it's shown best through stillness, reverence, and knowing when to simply let the sacred take its place. Let the house breathe as a temple, for just one day. 5. Sundays, a day of rest, not rushing. Sunday is more than the final day of the week, it's an energetic pause, a soft space between what has ended and what is about to begin. In both Western spiritual tradition and Eastern energy philosophy, Sunday holds a subtle power. It is a day to recharge, to reflect, and to realign. While it may feel practical to tackle chores like laundry on Sunday, doing so may actually disrupt the very energy you're meant to preserve. Water represents wealth in Feng Shui, and Sunday's energy, quiet and inward-facing, is better suited for gathering than releasing. When you fill your morning with spinning machines and rushing water, you could be draining the chi you need for the week ahead. Consider Julia, a young executive who always washed clothes early Sunday mornings. She thought it was efficient, until she noticed a pattern. By midweek, she felt drained, disoriented, and irritable. A friend versed in energy work suggested she shift laundry to Saturday and keep Sunday for walks, journaling, and rest. The result? Clearer focus, deeper rest, and a surprising increase in weekly momentum. Sunday isn't just a day off, it's a foundation. When you disrupt its quiet rhythm, you carry that scattered energy into Monday. But when you protect it, when you treat it like sacred ground, you give yourself the best possible start to the week. Let your home, and your spirit, rest. Let Sunday be the breath before the next step. When stillness is the wisest choice. Not every task needs to be done now. And not every hour is meant for action. Laundry may seem small, but when done at the wrong moment, it ripples through your home's energy in unseen ways. These 5 forbidden windows aren't just cultural taboos, they're spiritual wisdom passed down through generations. By honoring time, you honor balance. By choosing stillness over urgency, you invite clarity, wealth, and peace into your life. Sometimes, the most powerful action you can take is knowing when not to act. Let energy settle. Let your home breathe. Let fortune arrive undisturbed. Part 4, the 3 golden hours, letting fortune flow in. If there are forbidden hours that drain your energy, then surely there must be sacred ones that lift it. In Feng Shui, just as certain hours are heavy with yin, others are bright with rising yang. These windows of time are not just more convenient, they're energetically auspicious. When you wash your clothes during these golden hours, you're not just cleaning physical objects, you're helping clear away stagnation from your living space, restoring vitality, and strengthening your connection with the rhythms of fortune. Let's explore the 3 most powerful time frames for laundry, and why they matter so deeply. 1. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., the hour of pure yang. This is considered the most sacred time to begin household tasks. As the sun rises, yang energy, symbolizing life force, momentum, and clarity, floods into your space. Morning light carries the highest vibration of freshness and renewal. In Buddhist teachings, dawn is also the preferred hour for meditation, prayer, and cleansing because the mind is most receptive and the air is most pure. Washing clothes in this window does more than remove stains. It symbolically wipes away the residue of yesterday's energy. And if you hang garments outside, the sun doesn't just dry, it purifies. The light itself becomes a blessing. This is why spiritual communities often begin their chores with sunrise. It's not habit, it's alignment. 2. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., peak of power. Midday is when yang energy reaches its highest point. The atmosphere is active, open, and supportive of strong cleansing actions. If you miss the early morning window, this is your second best choice. At this hour, negative vibrations have been burned off by sunlight, and your efforts align with momentum. But there's one caveat: avoid washing precisely at 12 p.m. In energy work, noon is the axis, the energetic equator of the day. Movement right at the peak can sometimes cause agitation or imbalance, especially in homes with elderly people or sensitive energy fields. Ideally, finish before noon or wait until 12:15 to resume. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., the gentle decline. While yang begins to retreat during this window, the energy remains stable and safe. It's a good time for tasks that require closure, folding clothes, organizing, or finishing laundry started earlier. If you use a dryer or need to wash delicate items indoors, this hour works harmoniously with the calm, low-pressure energy of the afternoon. However, be cautious not to run laundry past 5:30 p.m. After this point, yin slowly starts to reclaim the space, and laundry begins to interfere with the energy of rest. In short, washing clothes isn't just about cleanliness, it's an act of alignment. When done at the right hour, it becomes a spiritual reset. You're not only refreshing fabric, but inviting in light, clarity, and the smooth flow of abundance. It's never just what you do, it's when you do it that shapes your energy field. Part 5, Beyond Laundry, Energy Cycles of the Day. In nature, everything moves in cycles, seasons, tides, even the blooming of a flower. Energy, too, follows these subtle currents, rising and falling throughout the day in predictable waves. According to traditional Chinese medicine and Feng Shui, these daily energy shifts are not random, they're structured, precise, and deeply interconnected with our well-being. The ancients mapped the 24-hour day using what's known as the qi clock, a division of time where each 2-hour segment governs different organ systems and energy functions. But beyond physical health, these segments also influence emotional states, clarity of thought, and the ideal timing for certain activities, including chores like laundry. From 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., for instance, energy flows through the large intestine, a time ideal for elimination, light cleansing, and gentle movement. By 9 a.m., the qi transitions into the spleen and stomach, perfect for grounding routines and nourishment. These hours are rich in yang energy, which promotes action and clarity. This is why morning is the most favorable window for housework and spiritual alignment. Your efforts naturally flow with the rising tide of cosmic support. Contrast this with after 9 p.m., when energy withdraws into the heart and pericardium, associated with rest, emotional quiet, and deep yin. Trying to do chores at this time is like swimming against a current. It's not just inefficient, it energetically fragments your space. Your body may be pushing forward, but the universe is pulling back. Think of it this way: when you do the right thing at the wrong time, the benefit is lost, or worse, reversed. Modern science quietly echoes this wisdom through the concept of circadian rhythms, the body's internal clock tied to light, hormones, and organ activity. Our energy truly does rise and fall in harmony with the sun. Sleep experts, for example, warn that bright artificial light at night disrupts melatonin production, leading to poor rest and long-term stress. Feng Shui simply extends this understanding into the energy of the home. So what does this mean in practice? It means that timing matters, deeply. Not just for major life decisions, but for the smallest habits. A single act, if misaligned with the energy of the hour, can create dissonance. And repeated daily? That dissonance compounds. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right yet still feel off-center, unmotivated, or stuck, maybe it's not your actions, but your timing. Let your tasks flow with the rhythm of the day. Wake with the light. Cleanse during the rise of yang. Rest when yin descends. And remember, energy doesn't just respond to what you do, it responds to when you choose to do it. True harmony lies not only in the action itself, but in its placement within time. Part 6. The story of Claire and the cycle of fortune. Claire was the kind of person who did everything by the book. She followed productivity routines, set clear financial goals, and even practiced mindfulness before bed. Yet no matter how carefully she planned, life always seemed to tilt sideways. Promotion slipped away. Her small business stagnated. Her apartment, a bright space she once loved, had started to feel oddly heavy, even though everything was always clean and in order. "I feel like I'm pushing a boulder uphill," she once told a friend. "I'm doing all the right things, but nothing is moving." That friend happened to be studying Feng Shui and energy alignment. After a brief visit, she noticed something peculiar. Claire did all her laundry after 10 p.m. Every single time. "It's the only quiet time I have," Claire admitted. "The rest of the day is too chaotic." But what felt efficient was actually disruptive. Her washing machine, running late into the night, filled her small apartment with noise and motion, right when yin energy was meant to settle. Instead of helping her reset, her nightly habit was stirring her environment out of balance. Her friend encouraged a simple shift: move laundry to early morning hours, between 7 and 9 a.m. Let the sun witness the act. Let yang energy carry the intention. At first, Claire resisted. But after just 2 weeks, something shifted. Her sleep deepened. She felt lighter. And surprisingly, her business calls became more fruitful. One client even commented, "You sound more grounded lately." That's when it hit her: success isn't just about effort. It's about timing. We often look for breakthroughs in big changes, new jobs, better routines, more discipline. But sometimes, transformation begins with the smallest decision: choosing when to act. Claire didn't change who she was. She simply aligned her habits with the rhythm of energy, and everything began to flow. Her story is a reminder: when nothing seems to be working, maybe it's not what you're doing, it's when you're doing it. Part 7. Final reflection. The power of right timing. So much of modern life tells us to get things done as if speed alone creates success. We're taught to multitask, to squeeze chores into odd hours, to sacrifice rest in the name of productivity. But what if the universe works differently? What if true abundance doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less, at the right time? Buddhist teachings remind us that suffering often arises not from what we do, but from misalignment. When action and timing fall out of harmony, even the best efforts bear little fruit. But when we align ourselves, our thoughts, intentions, and daily habits, with the natural flow of energy, life becomes less of a struggle and more of a dance. Laundry is a perfect metaphor. It seems trivial, almost laughably simple. But in reality, it touches every part of your life. You wear your clothes. They touch your skin. They carry your energy. And how you care for them, especially when, says more about your spiritual alignment than you think. If you've ever felt stuck, scattered, or restless without clear cause, take a quiet look at your rhythms. Are you living with the tide of energy? Or against it? Choosing to wash your clothes at sacred hours is not about superstition. It's about wisdom. It's about saying, "I honor the stillness of night. I welcome the clarity of dawn. I trust that timing matters." This single habit, done with intention, ripples outward. Your space feels lighter, your sleep deepens, your interactions soften. And most importantly, your life begins to move in flow. So take this as your gentle reminder: you don't need to overhaul your entire life to change its course. Sometimes, you just need to start the washing machine a little earlier. Let your home breathe. Let energy settle. And let fortune arrive quietly, without resistance. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to align with good energy, like the video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, And comment below with a simple affirmation like I honor the rhythm of time. Small changes lead to sacred transformations. Stay mindful. Stay aligned.